Three. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to our big marathon 3000. And yes, we are back in the UK with a wonderful person called Phillips Sykes. And he's a founder of the British School of Etiquette and Building Confidence, and a lot of nice core ideas we are going to share. Hello, dear Phillips. How are you?
Salut, bonsoir, hello,
Wow.
Naomi, hello. What a pleasure to engage with you.
And we're in London, UK. And please, would you like to introduce yourself and what you do with the British School of Etiquette? It's a very nice, etiquette is very nice.
Yeah, well, thank you for
very
your
name, but it involves so much things behind.
Yes. So the vision and focus of the British School of Etiquette is very much about bringing people together and learning from one another, instilling each other's cultures within ourselves and learning the good from one another and incorporating it and being able to really connect with people on respecting one another through our cultural differences. You know, Naomi, so many people, and especially more so now than ever before, my vision and focus for the British School of Etiquette is very much about not only benefiting and bettering ourselves, but instilling this in our children so that they can become more dynamic and more confident. And this will continue through generations and generations to come. And as you know, for me, there's one race, and that's the human race. And I absolutely vindicate that we need to put the past behind us. We need to be very present in the future right now, or in this moment right now. And we need to sort of focus on helping us develop and build a better future for us. So the British School of Etiquette was, you know, a lot of people look at the name and they think, oh, it's etiquette and manners, it's all for the posh people. Well, it's not. You know, etiquette and manners are the most powerful tools we can incorporate into our lives, along with obviously our emotional intelligence. And it's something that I really want people to understand, that this is not a nice to have. This is an absolute must, and it's a need to have. Because as I shared with you earlier, Clarence Thomas wrote, good manners will open doors that the best education cannot. And I totally agree with that. I would actually change that slightly, and I would put there, good manners will often open doors that the best education cannot, because I fully believe in continued professional development. Continued learning is fundamental in all our lives. The more we can learn, the more we can help and teach other people.
Definitely. And respect will lead automatically to peace culture. We really need peace around the world. How can we, what is the mechanism from respecting and then to build up those new paradigms of education and peace around the world?
I think great question. I think the moment you understand the power of etiquette and manners and the core of etiquette and manners and emotional intelligence, it gives you a mindset that is very, very dynamic, very positive, very open and very clear and very receptive. So as we all know, many people look at it as having a growth mindset. So it's receiving and learning and changing and developing and becoming that much more dynamic as an individual, always looking for ways to improve. And one thing I make very clear to our students is that it's not about being perfect, because perfection, we are human beings, we are not perfect, we make mistakes and we learn from those mistakes. It's really very much about being better than yesterday. You know, be better than you were yesterday. Look to do something different today. How can I be that much better? How can I be that much more dynamic? What else can I do? And go out there and have a what can I do for you attitude. Naomi, a while ago, someone asked me and they said, Philip, give us an understanding of what is etiquette and manners to you? And I came along and I said, you know, for me, it's very much about, in a world where we can be anything, be kind. That was number one. Number two was very much focused on having a what can I do for you attitude. How can I help you? How can I support you? Is there anything that I can enable or do right now for you? The third one was very much focused on putting people at ease and making people feel comfortable in a very short space of time. And the fourth one was very much along the following lines of, if we all do a random act of kindness on a daily basis, we may just set the world in the right direction. So that really is, for me, the core on all of this.
And I remember you said about the importance of emotional intelligence and the respect. How does it work as well?
Well,
emotional intelligence.
Again, the head and the heart are totally connected. And emotional intelligence is such a powerful every single one of us has the ability to grow and develop our EQ. And this is down to how do we motivate ourselves, our empathy, our sort of social engagement, our whole mindset is based around why do we behave? Why do we behave the way we behave? Why do we react in that way? Why do we treat people in such a way? And when you get and delve into the understanding of what EQ really does for you and is able to do for you, you can just grow exponentially. Your relationships become better. And that's not only just your personal relationship, that's with your friends, that's in your business. I mean, this for me is just when you develop your EQ, you can start to soar like a bird. And funny enough, it was in a research recently done in the USA, they interviewed I think it was around 2 million people. And the research gave some incredible findings. And one of them was that people with a very high level of emotional intelligence or good EQ are actually earning between $25,000 and $35,000 more a year than their fellow colleagues who have low or lack of EQ.
So interesting.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, you know, this is an area that I think, no disrespect, but you and I, you know, we're of an era where we were pigeonholed into doing something because that's what the right thing to do, but it might not have been right for us. You know, for example, why were you pushed into studying, let's say, geography when you would have been better doing history, for example, or you were more musical than you were, let's say, academic. And this is another area of our lives that we need to understand, and we need to look at every single child in this world, is look at their strengths and understand how to engage with them on that level, how to build them up and build their confidence in where their strengths lie, rather than trying to force them down a road that takes them completely in a different direction, which lands up actually crippling them somewhere along the line.
That's correct. And like that. EQ for everybody with other languages, emotional quotient, right?
Yeah, exactly. So emotional intelligence, correct.
EQ.
Correct. Or IQ, people like to call it EQ or EI. EI or EQ is that's the common.
Is that emotional intelligence or emotional quotient?
Correct, 100%. Within this as well lies the spiritual intelligence. You know, how are we connecting with people on a spiritual level, whether you believe in God or you believe in Jesus or you believe in whatever religion you follow, there's a huge element of SQ, spiritual intelligence, and, you know, gratitude. This is another journey we take people on, is understanding the power and the importance of gratitude. So again, I think all of this combined, when people really start to, you know, just even if you're scratching the surface, you will see the huge benefits on how this can take you to a completely different level. And again, I think this is another area that, for me, I love the expression that we're one person, one opportunity away from someone changing our lives for the rest of our lives. And why? Because we stand out for the right reasons rather than the wrong reasons. And that for me is very strong and very powerful.
So it will go together like with netting or co-creating network exchanges with positive people, positive attitude, positive thought and actions. Can you tell us a bit more about how to be positive and how to network or to do this connection with this positive attitude? Because it's very strong.
It's huge, and really for me, Naomi, it really is very much about, we all have the opportunity to absolutely, I was turning this on to silent, sorry, it shouldn't have been on. We all have such an opportunity to work on our mindset, and this is the beauty about educating ourselves. Everyone out there, my guidance and steering to anybody is take time to surround yourself, with positive people. B, separate yourself from negative people. And unfortunately, the hard pill sometimes is it could even be a family member. And now I know you can't just get rid of a family member, you might just distance yourself. And I'm not ever going to advocate divorce or separation, but in some circumstances, when you're pushed down and you're belittled and you're dominated, and you know, you've got to take a choice. You do not need to stick around people who do not build you up and grow you and give you the opportunity to spread your wings. So anyone who's out there who's feeling claustrophobic, who's feeling completely smothered, you really need to start looking at the ability. Every single one of us have a choice each day. And that choice is a tough pill to swallow sometimes. And I've been there. No one has a plain road. No one's had a red carpet. Maybe some people have more red carpet treatment than others, maybe, but no one's had plain sailing. So, I'm talking from experience, and something that I truly advocate in anybody's life is bringing gratitude into our lives. It is so powerful, and something that is just, I don't think people actually understand how fortunate they really are. The fact that you can put some bread on the table or have a roof over your head, you're in the top 89 to 90%, if not higher, of the world's most fortunate people. When you put that into perspective, that's quite frightening. So I think we as human beings, we're always moaning about what we don't have rather than actually realizing what we do have. And that's where I think the gratitude is such a powerful tool to help you shift your mindset into positivity. I do it every morning. I go on a gratitude journey every single morning, call it prayer, call it gratitude, but I literally say, thank you for each opportunity that I'm offered and given. Thank you for the roof above my head. Thank you for that glass of water I'm going to have today, cup of tea. Thank you for my beautiful health and my family. And so there's so many positives to really be helping you shift your mindset. And this is a core element, but like everything, this takes huge practice. There's no magic abracadabra, boof, and the bunny rabbit jumps out the hat. This really takes a lot of hard work, but it's so worth it. The returns, the dividends are immense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's our life. I can see you are in your studio and you have many activities. I can see your green chromo.
Yeah.
What do you do, especially this year with British School of Etiquette? What kind of activities? What do you recommend us for the extent? What can we do us to be part of that?
Sure. So the studio was purely, we were forced, like I'm sure you were, and many organizations were, to set up a studio because we've had to pivot. And what was obviously originally up until March this year, we were doing all our coaching predominantly face-to-face. But I think in this world we live in right now, you can always take the positives and the negatives. And some of the positives for our organization, it's given us the confidence and the ability to be able to deliver our coaching programs through Zoom, which is obviously one of the most popular mediums, and people are getting so much value from it. And like you and I are talking in completely different parts of the world, there's a 4-hour time difference, yet we are able to converse and connect. And funny enough, this evening, we started a program last night called The Polished Professional. And that is our business etiquette course. So these are people out in the world who really want to elevate themselves to a next level within their own personal growth, but again in their business world, and how can they put the best foot forward and become that much more dynamic. And they're using this time now in lockdown to grow themselves and build themselves. And so this evening at 5 o'clock, I kick off again for an hour and a half. We've got 3 1.5-hour sessions, and we've got people coming in from Colombia, from India,
Wow.
from the UAE, as in Saudi Arabia. We've got a couple of people coming in from England, and a couple of people coming in from the USA and Germany as well. And it's just phenomenal that we can deliver this with the same actually huge impact. And it gives people to be very in the room for that hour and a half, very focused and very connected. Yes, I miss the people connection and being in the same room as people. Obviously, I think we all do, because we as human beings, we need the physical touch. We need that physical energy and bouncing it off one another. But the next best thing is, as you know, is running these programs through Zoom. And we've developed a brand called Etiquette, which is our children's etiquette program, and it's a trademark name. And Etiquette, we focus on children starting roughly from 5.5, 6 years old to 12. And that is just giving them some really wonderful guidance, steering, and core principles and skills. We start to introduce mindset, and we start to introduce the EQ, the emotional intelligence side of things, but not in a very sort of, oh, you're going to be learning emotional intelligence now. We drip feed some ways of achieving things. So one of the things we bring into play with our children and with adults and with teenagers and with everybody is, I love to introducing our 6-second rule. When you get frustrated, stop and think for 6 seconds, count to 6, pause, then engage. And the amount of value, if there's one golden nugget that the children walk away from the Etiquette course, then we've done a great job. But they get many golden nuggets. We then move into the mindset and manners, which again is a trademark name, and that's our teenage program, where we focus obviously on manners and etiquette, but we start giving the teenagers some core principles and skills and their mindset growth, and really looking at things from a completely different angle, and very much to understand that even though you're in a world that's instant gratification, you expect instant gratification and everything's instant, you really need to understand to be more present and really to work on your mindset and to look at things differently. We share with them that 75% of your thoughts are negative. You need to shift that into positivity. We share with them that this word fear actually stands for false evidence appearing real, that actually 75 to 80% of what we worry about never actually takes place or falls into action. And then we move obviously into all the adult courses, social and business etiquette. We run our flagship program every sort of 5 weeks, which is our Train the Trainer program. And we've had over 78 people come through our Train the Trainer program from all over the world. And it's a 5-day intense program where we work on the delivery of what we deliver, and teaching them and guiding them on how they can go out and run their own courses and run their own schools or join the British School of Etiquette. And I have to mention that we as an organization were the first organization in our industry to ever become officially accredited by educational awarding bodies. There are other schools now who've followed in our footsteps, but we are still the market leader in our industry. We are registered and accredited by the Institute of Leadership and Management. We are a continued professional development provider. We are ILM City and Guilds accredited and registered as well. No other organization in our industry holds that accolade. And we're also investors in people. So everything people, when they come through our programs and courses, they actually get official, registered, regulated certificates. So and the material that goes along with that. So everything we do, I suppose, Naomi, is all about growth and confidence and really giving people the real core understanding of the power of etiquette and manners and growing and building your emotional intelligence.
I'm sure people are going to ask how to be in contact with you. Any website, email, Facebook?
Absolutely. So we've got a fantastic social media platform. If everyone goes to our website, which is the 3 W's obviously, and it's thebritishschoolofetiquette.com. And if you scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, you'll be able to connect on all our social media. We've got a fantastic Facebook, again, adding huge value. So wonderful articles, lovely, lots of information. We've got a fantastic Instagram platform. We've got an amazing YouTube channel which has got some amazing content on there. So we've run some fantastic webinars this year. They've been recorded and they're there. They are free for you to look at. Things like,
thank you.
We've done incredible things on emotional intelligence and creative thinking. Those are the next callings that any company out there are looking for, people with strong emotional intelligence and creative thinkers. This is phenomenal. We talk about developing your EQ. We talk about the power of etiquette and manners and EQ, the crossover. So again, anyone who's interested in what we have to offer, it's all out there on social media, and it's there for you to take and incorporate it into your life.
So if we type British School of Etiquette, I can go to Facebook, to Instagram, the website.
No, I mean, it's the THE, the British School of Etiquette. The THE, the. It's the British School of Etiquette.
We put down the.
Yeah, that is it.
And then,
yeah, the British School of Etiquette. And it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest.
Beautiful. And thank you to put all this material for everybody.
It's all there.
That's nice.
It really is. And we're also on LinkedIn as well. So for business growth and development, we're very fortunate that we work with some corporates out there, helping them build their teams, better customer experience, better customer service, hospitality sector, the retail sector. So it's really amazing. You know, etiquette and manners belong in everything we do. And again, I'm going to reiterate, this is something that we can all, you know, you can come from the favelas of Brazil to the squatter camps in Africa, to the slums of India, to the poorest places in any part of the world. But I truly, absolutely vindicate that if you bolt on etiquette and manners in your life and you treat people in an amazing way, boom, you can fly. You can absolutely fly, 100%.
And you can connect with everybody.
Absolutely, 100%.
What would be a little message to close the interview? What would you tell the parents and the teachers? Something very important for the teachers and parents who are looking at the program right now.
Absolutely. And I thank you for this opportunity. For me, it's about we as adults having the responsibility to guide and steer our children. And we're the shepherd, you know, and we borrow our children. Only very, you know, they come and unfortunately they grow up too quickly. I've got a 6.5-year-old and I just want to put an anti-grow in his food. So he's just, you know, and I'm just, you know, it's just something that every single one of us, you know, the moment we speak, we give life to our words. So when we speak, let's speak beautiful words into our kids, into the people around us, because the moment you speak, I've heard it, you've heard it, and you can cripple someone from a very sharp tongue and from not learning to think before we speak. And this takes huge practice, you know, and not accusing people, being gentle with people and being gentle with yourself. I think we're all very hard on ourselves and we often beat ourselves up because we feel we haven't achieved something, when if we stop every now and then and look at where we are in our lives and what we've achieved and what we can do for other people, this is huge. And I would love to sort of finish off by, you know, sharing and asking yourself one question: what is my purpose in life? What am I here for? And I wrote down many years ago the purpose of my life, and I would love to share that with you. And it goes along the following lines: the purpose of my life is to be very much alive and joyful, to be present with energy and passion, to embrace and appreciate those close to me, to learn and grow and work with people so that I can inspire and help them, you know, to live a fuller life, to love more abundantly, and to make a greater difference in the world now and forever. So that is my guiding, that's my purpose, that's my why. And if we all understand what the importance, and I think the key point is here is find your vision, find your focus and your passion, and go out there and live it, because this is what life is all about.
So everybody, find your passion and live it.
Absolutely.
It's up to us.
We
are not victims.
100%.
Thank you so much, dear Philip, for your time. We were with the British School of Etiquette and Manners, and much beyond etiquette. It's an old word that you opened for us. And we do keep in touch.
Thank you, Naomi.
Wish you all the best. Not too cold the winter.
No, thank you, Naomi.
in the UK. And we keep in touch, definitely.
And just,
thank you.
Naomi, your smile would light up a room. And I think everyone in the world never stop smiling. The smile is one of the most beautiful gifts you can give someone. It elevates you and it just kills someone in the nicest possible way. It kills them with passion and kindness. And it's just an amazing energy that we can all do and give. You know, connecting with people with an amazing smile is just one of the most beautiful things we can do. So that smile, Naomi, you could light up a room.
Thank you to you. Thank you for this beautiful interview. You take care.
Thank you, Naomi. Merci.
Bye-bye. Au revoir.